Hello everyone, how are you? Hello Facebook, hello YouTube. I know here you can maybe not very well hear me. Write me. If you don't hear me, just write me. My husband will read your comments and tell me if you don't hear my voice. Hello, my dear friends on Facebook and on YouTube. Today, as I promised, I'm going to read you my book. This is a new book which is called God is Everywhere. It was published last year and it's my second book. The first one is another story. The first one is much fatter. This one is thin. But I'm really proud of this book because it was published by a very good publishing house. This book exists only in English, only in Russian, sorry. So I will be translating you right now, like from my eyes. I've never did it before, so I'm sorry if I will be maybe a bit clumsy with my language, or you will have to wait. А ты не уходи, пожалуйста, посмотри, что здесь люди на YouTube. Ты видишь? I'm sorry, we never tried before reading online. So it's like the first try. Write me your impressions, your comments. I'm not alone here. And this is my home. I'm not in the studio now. Today I'm having my Bася here. Bася, show yourself. I watched her today. She went to spa, to a home spa. I was her assistant in this. Yes. She's so exhausted by this isolation period because we are all at home, all together. She never saw us for 24 hours a day, and she walks so many hours because we want to be outside, so we walk her around, and she's very tired. I watched her today. We made so many good things, and she has eaten two these things which they wear. I don't know, this necklace, two necklaces. And one day, today, she has eaten up them. So I think it's her own revolution against the virus. Yeah, you're very cool. Yeah. So, and my cat is outside the room because they never meet each other. They hate each other, these two girls. Yeah. So, Bася, are you going to or not? My husband says go away. No, let my baby be here, okay? That's amazing. You're so heavy, Bася. You eat a lot. My husband doesn't like her here. She's wet. Go away. Go away. Take a shower again. You smell when you are taking a shower. Go away, please. Okay. This book is long. I'm not going to read you all the things, just extracts. YouTube, do you hear me now? This book is devoted to my grandmother. My grandmother's name is Valentina, and there was a miracle in her life. So I start the book with her story. I think that my grandmother made me myself. I feel like everything which is in my soul now was created by my grandmother. Like if she has put in a seed into the earth. My first memory of prayers, it was in the dark room when my grandmother lighted a candle and was praying in the darkness. I was lying in my crib and listening how she was whispering the prayers, and this was so amazing. Since then I totally knew that God exists, and I was always praying in my soul, although my grandmother never made me pray or never said like you must go and pray. No, she never did it. She just was praying near my crib. YouTube doesn't hear me. YouTube, do you hear me, guys? Give me some feedback.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. Annie, can you please tell me, do you hear me or not? Почему произошла ошибка? Он сел, что ли? Mohammed, Simon, Annie, hello. Do you hear me, YouTube? Yes, thank you very, very much. No, it's yes. Annie, really, you hear me well without any interruptions? Because my husband's telephone says that it's interrupted. No? Okay, thank you. Facebook, Hello, Portugal. Francisco. Hello, USA, South Carolina. Hello, Utah. Where are you from? Hello, Santa Rosa again. Hello, South Africa. Guys, I'm so happy you're listening to my book. Wow, it's so amazing. Basi, you're sitting on my leg. Ah! She's so, guys, heavy. Um, um, my grandmother was a very special person. She didn't live with us almost all her life because we were living in Eupatoria. My parents went away from the Russian city of Tambov, where they were both born and where my grandmother lived. They moved to Eupatoria and she didn't want to move. She stayed in her home very lonely because she was very ill. Every summer I went to see her, and this was the best memory of my childhood. This is, guys, my grandmother. I will show you it now. This is my grandmother. The book is called God is Everywhere. This is in Russian. This. Sometimes my grandmother came to my house, to our city, and this was a real miracle for me, for a little girl. When I was 9, my parents my parents made my mother come here to stay here in Eupatoria forever, to move here because she was very ill and she needed to be treated by my parents. She passed away when I was 13. I was a teenager and didn't understand what the cancer is and why my grandmother has so many illnesses, why she suffers so much. She was 35, almost like me now, when she was diagnosed with cancer, with blood cancer, and the doctor said that she had no chances. But my grandmother decided to fight for life because at home she had a little daughter, my mother, an old mother of her, and her husband who was drinking, and so she couldn't leave her little girl without her love. So she decided to fight for life in any means. She collected some money. In Soviet Union, people were not rich, so she had to collect this money from neighbors to say, please give me some money, I'm going to Moscow. And she went to Moscow to a cancer clinic hospital, which was famous all over the Soviet Union. Everybody who was suffering cancer dreamed to come to this hospital because it was very good one. And of course there were no places there at all. So she came to the hospital, she received the diagnostics, and then the doctor said, we are very sorry, but we cannot take you now because all the clinic, all the places are already occupied. All people are here inside and no free places. Sorry, go to your city. But my grandmother knew that in her city she will die. So she stayed there in the Moscow hospital, in the corridor, in the lobby. She slept on the bench. She was so feeling so badly. She was so horribly ill. She couldn't sleep there. So she was just like she was not sleeping, but she was almost like fainting. And she saw a strange dream. In her dream, she saw an icon of Santa Maria, of Mother of God, which was flying above her. It was flying from from her legs. My grandmother was lying, so it was flying from her legs to her head and moving to the wall. And my grandmother wanted to catch the icon, but she couldn't. She was so weak. She was so ill. She couldn't even lift her hands. And she heard the voice, like, catch it, hold it on, hold on this icon or you will die. So my grandmother collected all her power which she had in her hands and took it and woke up. She went to the hospital again, to the doctors, and asked, maybe you have place for me. And suddenly they allowed her to stay in the hospital. The thing is that one woman who was receiving treatment in this hospital died that night, and there was a free place and no people waiting. And it was a miracle, but my grandmother was put in this hospital and received the treatment. She received a very good treatment, the chemotherapy, the lightning therapy, And after that, she lived more than 20 years with that medicine. Soviet Union, very long ago, they had different medicine, not like now. And the level of life was a bit different, but she actually lived such a long age after that. And she really was desperate to know what icon was that one which she saw in her dream. What was the name of that icon? Because we in Orthodox religion, we have many icons of Mother of God. We have like here, maybe I'll show you guys. You see the telephone. Here in my cupboard you see some icons. We have a lot of them. So Mother of God icons, there are many of them. Smolensk icon, Kazan icon of Mother of God. And she was wondering what was the name of that icon. We call the icon the image of Mother of God. But it was Soviet Union, the religion was forbidden, and she couldn't officially know that. She went to some churches which were not closed yet, and was asking. And one woman said, "Look at this one. Maybe it is the one you saw in your dream." And that was that one. I will show you. I have it here. You see, it's not very usual. Normally we have Mother of God like the portrait, but here you see all her posture. This is a very special icon. It is called the joy of all who are suffering. In Russian language, все скорбящих радость. And the day of when this icon's day is celebrated is November the 6th, the day when my grandmother saw that dream, when accepted in the hospital. The most amazing thing that in 20 and some years after that, she passed away on the day of this icon, on the 6th of November. And when she passed away, since then, in 6 years, my mother gave birth to my sister, to my youngest sister, Anastasia. My mother was really suffering when her mother passed away, and she was so crying and so sad. She was looking for someone to be like her mother. She was very special. And in 6 years, my sister was born. When my mother was 41, it's a miracle. So this is the icon of our family. So since then, the miracle came to our life, and my grandmother became a believer, and we too, all our family. I'm now missing some in the book, and I'm going to take you to year 2008, when our magazine, which we founded with our husband, collapsed. But before that, I will tell you a bit about my husband. Me and my husband met in 2004 when I was 19 and he was a bit older, like 14 years older. But I didn't know what age he was and what he was doing. He was just a very cool man. I met him our trainings at the dance class, and he was the friend of our trainers. So I was wondering, is he a dancer or is he a disco DJ? I was mistaken. He was a theatre director and a very crazy person. I never could say that my husband is the person who will become my husband when I met him. But I think many people can say so about their ones. Do you hear me? Texas, hello. Hello, Slovenia. Wow. Hello, Mizra Mamit. Where is that? Hello, Kusam. Hello, guys. You're switching on what? Instagram? Instagram? Wow. Instagram is here? No? Guys, YouTube, do you hear me? Okay, great. Guys, if you have some problems with my with listening to me, with hearing me, I'm terrible sorry, because we are reading books online, but we promise that we will make it better. So we got married in 2007 on the June the 1st, the day which we call the day of protection of all children, the All Children's Day. We really wanted to to get married on that day. Oh, I see you guys. YouTube, I see you here. Instagram here? No? Not yet? Звук шумит, говорите? Ну, извините, пожалуйста, у меня очень тут плохой микрофон в YouTube. I'm sorry, YouTube, you don't hear me well. Yes, people, right. We'll try to fix that next time, okay? Где был прямой эфир у нас по Фейсбуку? Я включила тут. Angola, Indiana, hello. Hello, guys. I'm so happy you're listening to me. How are you doing? Are you isolated or not? We got married in 2007. I was a student and an artist, and he was a theater director with a diploma, university diploma of the how do you say that, the graduation, yeah, of a lawyer. He was working as a editor-in-chief in a few magazines and books. We were an amazing couple. We were such a strange couple. One, an artist who was drawing all the time. Another one was a person who was writing in the albums and copybooks. And we were sitting, drinking coffee. And one was always drawing, another was always writing. We loved that, what we did. We were very excited to be together. But when we met each other, my husband, he wasn't my husband yet. Okay, Igor took me to the editorial of the magazine where he was working and proposed me to draw with sand. I couldn't imagine that sand is something that people can use for drawing. I was a graphical artist, I was an illustrator. I was drawing all the time on the sheet of paper, and actually I felt that the sheet of paper is not enough for me. Understand what else is possible for using. And Igor was a crazy person with jeans with holes, torn jeans, and he had things in his head which nobody could even imagine. So in the office of the magazine, in the editorial, it was very dark when we came there. It was silent, only the aquarium with fish was working. And the computers and the chairs and the tables were waiting for people to come back in the morning. But in the middle of the room, I saw something very strange. It was the table, the office table, with some boxes on it, with a piece of the glass and some lamps. There were some lamps, just technical lamps, like from aquarium. And on that glass, I saw sand. Oh my god, I thought, what is that? Igor said, are you an artist? Or maybe you told me a lie? If you are an artist, go ahead and try this. I said, what? Trying what? He replied, in front of you, you see a new, unstudied and ununderstood world. You just need some music. And the music suddenly appeared. It appeared somewhere from the walls. He switched it with a button or what. It was so amazing. I was feeling like I was standing on the edge of something. And if I made a step, I will either fall down or fly above. And I said, you know what? I'm afraid. It is too much alike the things I was dreaming in my mind. It was so much alike my dreams, what I was looking for as an artist. And I'm afraid to know that it is not the thing I was looking for. Or I'm afraid to understand that I'm not the person created for this. So maybe I will not make this step to this table. Maybe I will not put my hands on this sand. Maybe not. Excuse me. He replied me, don't worry, so many people came here. Artists from magazines, not artists, unprofessional people, people who cannot even draw Everybody says it's so easy. It's just a joke. It's just a sand. I thought, what he was saying? Maybe he was just checking me. Of course, he knew that it's not just a sand, because in his mind he had so many worlds. He had a theater in his mind. He wanted to make a show. How could he think about this? Just a sand, just a joke. I felt his sight, his eyes were on my head. I was standing like with my back to him. I really felt physically he was looking at me like this. So I did like that with my head and decided to go away from the table, from the sand. I said, no, I will not do that. It's totally ununderstandable for me. I don't understand what is that. Sorry, forgive me. And I went away. I heard his I I I heard he was laughing, and I heard his voice. He said, yes, this is the first person who refused. After that, we didn't see each other for 1 year. For 1 year, we forgot about each other at all. We lived separate lives. But we met each other in a year, like after the whole life, after the ages, and couldn't live without each other since then. We became a couple, and he took this strange construction of sand and glass from the editorial to his house. And he said, I had to fall in love with you to make it touch to this sand. It was a joke, of course. But I was refusing. I said, no, I don't feel it's my world. I'm too afraid of it. Okay, I have to marry you in this case. That was his proposal, actually. Of course, we got married, and of course, we forgot about sand, both of us. And this construction with glass and sand disappeared, totally vanished into the thin air. We were totally in love with each other. We were making our first magazine together. It was called Chocolate. We had a little baby, a little boy called Dima. Which sand? What is sand? I forgot about that. And suddenly, in 2008, we understood that it's time for sand. How it happened? New chapter, which is called Sand. I will read you next time. When? Please watch the announcements. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for being with me. The book is, by the way, it has illustrations after the book. So, not like in my first book inside, but it has the separate illustration. I will show you YouTube now. Oh, thank you. Oh, guys. Oh my God. Robert McCoy. Thank you so much. He donated me $10. Guys, thank you so much. Robert, thank you very much. You're supporting my studio, and we will be able to continue working for you. Yes, guys, I have to open up for donations from you. You can donate. You can easily find donates on my page below this, if you just scroll it a little bit. Or YouTube, you can just easily find it on the news page. Or I will also share. I shared it in all my videos description. I have to ask you for donations if you can, because my studio has a rent price, and I'm renting my studio, although I'm not working and performing until I don't know when. So all my concerts are deleted or cancelled. So yeah, I had to fire my team, so we are now together, me and my husband, but we have still the studio, which I'm making the live streams from and performing for you twice a week, and tomorrow I hope I will do the same. So if you can, please support us. We are making shows for free, but we are open to your donations. Thank you, Robert, again. Hello, Malaysia. Buonasera, Корнилий. Здравствуйте, Moldova. Это YouTube. Dear Facebook, thank you for... So, guys, thank you very much. So, I love you. See you, I hope, tomorrow. And thank you. Good day. YouTube? Yeah? Okay. I will show you one thing. I'm continue drawing and painting for you. This is the painting of the sea view, which I'm seeing with my dog every day. Another one is here. So every day I'm walking with my dog and poor dog. Okay. And Bossy is saying goodbye to you too. Goodbye, people. Goodbye, people. See you tomorrow. Yeah. Write me about your pets. Do you guys have a dog or a cat? Нажимай просто крестиком. Тебе его не видно. Давай, разверни. Okay. Vasa, you're staying here. And then I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you, Robert, very much. Thank you, Annie. Thank you, guys. Vasa, say goodbye. Love all your live streams. Thank you, Robert, very much. Thank you. Корнилий, песочное шоу, наверное, будет завтра, если все получится. Спасибо огромное за донейт. Thank you very much, guys. See you soon. Bye-bye.